gun here and shot everybody in here.
Never be a lawyer.
No one patted me down. I have a knife on me. I can still stab someone. They have a law, too, that was implemented specifically so they could pat anybody down they fucking feel like patting down.
Franklin, could
if they're in a government facility, but they're not. They're not exercising that.
It was essentially
It's crazy.
within his own testimony. He claimed that the period of time in which Mr. Fritz was cuffed and in his possession was 2 to 3 minutes. And in his statement, he says 60 seconds. Asking him for him to articulate the discrepancies there.
Okay, one moment.
Your Honor, I'm going to make it verbally known that since the officers are going to be interjecting, I'm going to be participating in my own defense by also objecting.
Don't pull the Smurf Gemma out, bro. She's gonna fucking judge all over it. She's gonna judge all over it.
Oh. We reviewed the statement and what was testified here, and
You gotta remove that mask.
It is a misstatement of testimony. Talking about two different points.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mask in the courthouse.
Mark, when was Mr. Fritz cuffed?
Yes, it actually is. Trooper Sergeant Bison to do so after the explosion had happened.
Where was he cuffed?
Where? He was in the Polito courthouse parking lot.
And how soon after he was cuffed did you take him into your custody and move him to the firehouse?
I love the drama.
20 seconds after Bison put him in cuffs, and he was actually moved like across the street after maybe another 60 seconds.
You 60 seconds to move him from where he was cuffed to across the street?
Yeah, because he decided to go on a little tangent and ramble off to the public works people about how what we were doing was illegal.
Okay, and upon arriving at the fire station with him, how long was it before you spotted my client Piper?
That was like the minute period. Spotted Piper, right? Yeah.
Total about 2.5 minutes.
2.5 what?
Since he was cuffed and you're in custody.
I can say, yeah, 2 to 3 minutes.
I want to confer. Just start
popping. So dehydrated. I need to drink more water. I have a big bottle of water next to me. I'm going to drink out of it. Dehydrate or dihydrate. Wait, no. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Mr.
That's what
Park,
I meant to
say. Is
say.
it accurate to say that you testified that Mr. Fritz was belligerent?
Yes. Yeah.
You testified that he hit your vehicle and made it flip over. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was screaming at me that I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. But his reckless operation, he reversed his truck, scraped the side of mine. And, I don't know. He had some like really big angular metal, like what is it? A plow on the front of his semi truck. that thing somehow flipped my 1.5-ton truck pretty easily.
It would take a lot of force and violence. Did you feel threatened or scared?
I was a little scared when he did that.
Would that be considered in your field of work deadly force?
By him reversing maybe roughly like 3-4 miles per hour, I would just say it was more accidental, and I told him to just slow it down and just really take more caution operating that vehicle.
Accidental. Now, would you describe his encompassing behavior with that semi truck as accidental?
No, like he was trying to get the delivery done in a very hastily and honestly harsh and reckless manner, to be honest.
Testified he was running into different things. Could you describe what sort of things he was running into?
Yeah, there's like a perimeter wall on the east side of the courthouse he hit. Then he backed up to the south at the firehouse. He ran into like a pole. He ran over a firefighter. He hit my truck. I mean, there wasn't really too much. It was a pretty wide road, and thankfully, no one was trying to drive through it at the time.
Would you describe this as like careless and reckless?
I'd just say he needs to go to driving school and relearn how to operate that.
It seemed like he cared.
He no he cared about getting it done fast. Everyone else was kind of not really care.
You know what always makes me laugh, chat, is
with the fence.
no one ever pays attention to the people up there.
Or reckless, or however.
If I really
you
wanted
would
to
write
shoot
off
somebody,
him
I could do it from
flipping
up
your
there.
1.5-pound truck as
Oh, Winters, you
I didn't
almost
see
love me.
purposeful.
Actually, Your Honor, asked and answered. Franklin has asked, was his driving careless and reckless about 7 different times now in 7 different ways.
That wasn't the question I asked, Your Honor.
Question you asked, Franklin.
The question I asked is, so while he would regard that behavior as reckless or careless, he's willing to write off flipping his 1.5-ton truck as accidental. Question mark. We would appreciate it if they would just speak through their counselors rather than shouting out, unless, of course, you're willing to give the same grace to my defendants when making objections.
You know what? Sure. Fuck it.
Holy shit!
Let me hear
He
some of
let it happen. He let it happen.
I'd like to know for the courts, I didn't make a single objection when they had Park on the stand.
The can of worms they're opening with that one.
What did I miss? Get a food order if we're gonna be here for the next 14 hours while every little person in the room makes an objection.
There's that food truck outside.
Hurry, it's almost sold out.
Overrule the objection. Let's move on.
Can I ask, Mr. Park, you would write off that previous behavior as reckless or careless, unintentional, but you would write off him flipping your 1.5-ton truck as accidental?
Yeah, because he knew I was pretty pissed off with him. Him escalating it with me would get a lot worse. I mean, there wasn't really much I could do physically with my truck to block him. I was just kind of more rolling and wrangling, making sure that no one else got hurt.
Now, the scene of the explosions and the fires, did that seem chaotic?
Yeah, I had no clue what happened.
Remember what time of day it was?
I think it was pretty dark outside, yeah.
Did that contribute in any way and a difficulty to see?
It could be. I mean, the Polito courthouse itself, though, is pretty well lit.
Did you cuff him or did you shackle him? I.e., was he able to move around? When you cuff somebody in that regard, their hands are in front of them or behind them?
I moved it to the front, yeah.
Moment to confer.
did open up how he was trying to help prevent people from getting hurt. You can read into if he had control of that situation and how chaotic it was. Just to highlight.
I can hear you up here, Entrance.
How was the overall scene control, Park? How would you describe it?
Are we talking about chasing him down or after the explosion?
Before and after, please.
Before, yeah, I was just kind of just figuring out where he was going and making sure that no one died. The explosion happened, and then, I mean, the initial call was, I don't know who, but some officer decided to establish triage near the firehouse, and we had a bunch of people moving over there. That's where all the 95s are being brought. I mean, we already had numerous units coming up, and like evidence was being documented. The scene was secure at the courthouse after the explosion.
No one was under arrest at that time. All of the 95s. He just said there was no physical evidence.
Now, that's an interesting statement you make, Mr. Park, because within the officer, the primary officer, Sergeant Bison's statement states he saw, quote, several individuals running around the area, an officer stating one of the individuals needed to be placed in cuffs and arrested.
8 total. There's 8
And
total.
Sergeant Bison watched the scene for a moment with multiple people running around on the street in front of the courthouse, as well as vehicles exploded on fire before taking scene lead to calm the situation down. Why does it seem like your articulation of the scene differentiates from the primary officer?
Because always in the flurry of the moment, the initial mock-up of the scene is chaotic.
10 years in prison, 10 years parole.
Around and assess everything. And well, yes, there were multiple parties running around. There were multiple people.
5 years in prison, 10 years parole. 5 years in prison, 10 years parole. 5 years in prison, 10 years parole.
Things started to be controlled. Tasks were being delegated, and proper medical was being tended to, and the proper people who needed to be arrested were put in cuffs.
Wow, that's beautiful. So let's walk through that timeline, you and I.
Okay.
How did that happen?
The explosion happened. I mean, I'm not going to be exact with the numbers, right? So I did the initial runaround, and I was looking for any forensics, and didn't see anything. I saw some people pretty badly burnt up, and called this all in. And then someone decided to say, "Hey, let's go do triage at the firehouse." So we ran around and started to tell people, "Hey, go to the firehouse for triage." Because EMS were also at the time making their way up from the city. Then Bison asked, "Hey, what are we doing? What is this, like high-vis vest or something guy?" I don't know. I told Bison to then cuff the guy within like that initial minute. And pretty much my focus came to the guy, Mr. Crackleberry, whilst Bison took over the scene and started to order units around to start securing it, start tending medical. Then I was like, I heard that we were doing triage in front of the firehouse, so then I moved Crackleberry eventually to the firehouse. Once I had stopped looking around and who was running around, yeah. And I mean, then I felt safe enough looking around that there isn't anyone not being tended to medically at the triage. Then start focusing on Crackleberry.
What's up, Cyanide? Oh, what's poppin'? How's things? How was hunting?
Mark, your answer conveys that 95% of that time, up until getting your suspect to the triage point at the firehouse, it was pretty chaotic, no?
Yeah, the initial movement of people is going to be pretty chaotic, like the mad minute, and then things calm down.
Your own testimony, at the point of getting them to the triage, officers were still running around giving orders, trying to get control over the situation, no?
So that was before. That was in the mad minute, and then everyone was being tended to at triage. There was people on bodies, then there was people preserving the scene and documenting evidence.
Which people can you recall helping with triage, or just helping with the people in general who had been hurt?
I believe there was Deputy Nolan who was helping with triage, And then I saw a bunch of females in Osiris Cuts also tending to their own. Then there was Sergeant Bison. He was the one calling in for units and telling them where to stage and go for evidence and go set up for evidence. Too many people actually. There's like 2, 3 roughly. There was another group of like public works people.
It's been okay. You know, I'm kind of just chilling. I'm just hanging out in this court case, listening to this guy talk softer than my fucking nuts, which are non-existent, but would be very soft if I had them.
No further questions for this witness.
Susan, do you have a recross?
We do. Just a few.
Been down.
Get back up here.
Holy shit. It's been very drama-filled. So much drama so far.
For clarification, at what point would you have considered the scene under control after detaining Mr. Crackleberry?
I mean, once I got my guy across the streets.
My bad, bro.
approximately How long
My
did
bad.
it take to get the scene under control?
Sorry for the 5 a.m. giggles. My bad.
Like 2-3 minutes. Established
My
drainage,
bad.
and we had units coming to then document.
Yeah, we were trying to watch the golf course shenanigans, but we didn't get a good view. Thinking of insults. That's fucking funny.
How close were you to Mr.
That was really
Crackleberry
funny.
when
We
you
did
shot
see
him?
them running around on the rooftop like a bunch of
mind.
psychopaths.
Like 2 feet.
I need food.
From here to the end of the day.
Right. No further questions. Thank you.
Require nourishment.
Step down.
You can leave.
You can leave. You're good.
You better buckle the fuck up for when they call Ashley Smith up, because I'm objecting to every question they ask her.
Prosecution, your next witness.
The state will call Magistrate Judge Lacken Pike.
Please raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear?
Yeah,
to tell
they'll
the truth?
probably give
The
up,
whole
to be
truth,
honest, if they're getting shit on that
nothing but the
quickly.
truth. And the pains and penalties of perjury. So help you, Naruto. Sir?
That I do.
Oh, you did? My bad, but hey, must be the headphones.
Prosecution, go ahead.
Alright. Can you please state your name and position for the record?
My name's Lachlan Pike. I'm a magistrate judge in the DOJ.
Thank you. Were you in Polito on the night of July 28th?
Yes, I was.
Why were you up in Polito?
I went to support a fellow magistrate judge who was presiding over a case.
About how far into the case did you arrive?
Just cleaning up the situation with the cones. And that had just wrapped up and I had walked in.
Were there any other incidents that happened after you walked into the courtroom?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for narrative. Also,
Yeah.
vague.
I mean, they could have settled stuff with phone calls to either of our groups to let us know, hey, don't do that. It's like when someone came to the comic book store, I believe it was the families, they came to the comic book store and they took Seamus hostage for a store robbery, and I told them not to do that ever again. Like, not to do that in our area, and don't touch Seamus. But I wasn't like so mad that we were gonna start a war.
happy
We just went down to their block with
revisit
20
the
fucking
question.
people and told them don't do that again.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
not that hard
Doing
to
that.
just say do not do that again. You know?
Were there any other? What was the next notable instance while you were in the courtroom?
So I heard banging from the backside of the courthouse, basically where Procopio Drive meets Polito Boulevard. I heard this giant tractor trailer truck with it looked to be lifts on it, scraping up the side, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go take care of that because if that seems like it was gonna be a problem.
How did you go take care of that?
I went outside. I went out the front entrance.
Hope you have a good sleep, man. See you later.
To the main part of the parking lot, and by that time, already been kind of getting parked up. There were some people out there. Leave out there as well. Then when I got to about where the parking lot is, the entire thing blew up.
Can you clarify what blew up?
A giant tractor trailer and every single vehicle that was in that parking lot.
After the explosions, what did you do?
To kind of see if people were okay. Kind of was like, I didn't really know.
I'm gonna go get food on V really quick because I need to feed her or she's gonna starve to death. Hey.
Hello.
You guys got much food left?
Yes, just give me a moment while I charge somebody.
That's okay.
Right, we don't have much, but we have some. We have a cold brew. We have the wrap, and we have the French onion grilled cheese.
Can I get 2 French onion grilled cheese and can you just make me the cold brew but without the brew part? Can you just give me water? Just pour water into my coffee cup.
Yeah, I can do
Thank you.
milk with caramel.
Yeah, that'll work. I don't like coffee.
Yeah, I got you. 2 and 2, right?
Yes, please.
No problem. What's your city?
2259. There's so many objections happening in there. Joy allowed it so that Gemma could object.
Oh
There's
my god.
so many objections. It's so bad.
That's oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. It's every 10 seconds. It's an objection. It's a lot.
No, knowing
Thank
her
you.
how pitty she is, I can imagine.
Yeah, she's very confident too when she objects, and it's fucking perfect. It's fucking perfect. Anyway,
She did
appreciate
read a lot of
you.
law books when she was in prison.
She did. Yeah, she's been in prison a lot, so she's
Yeah.
doing great. All right, thank you for the food. Appreciate you.
No problem, V.
Give me your immediate impression. Repeat the question.
What did you observe, Officer Park 2?
People, I did hear him say the part of putting Crackleberry, or that individual that ended up being Crackleberry in cuffs.
Did you observe Mr. Crackleberry being put into cuffs?
Not because around that time, I was named Amelia, Was kind of at my feet. I kind of went to go see her because she had a giant piece of shrapnel.
I'm
on
gonna
her
object
chest.
at this point. Sorry, witness. You should probably, as a past magistrate, know that this is gonna be the decorum of the court.
I don't have to fucking
The
agree with it.
witness.
Guys,
Witness.
calm down with that outburst, please.
Stop. The witness answered the question and then followed it up with more testimony. It was a simple yes or no question. He provided the no. Anything after that fact is not a response to the question.
Prosecution, do you have a rebuttal?
None.
Go ahead and sustain that, and let's move on.
Would also like to add that we are motioning to strike everything after the answer no.
Back, I got a fillimeter.
It's done. Prosecution?
Did you observe Mr. Crackleberry at all afterwards? After the explosion?
Get shot.
Where did you see him get shot?
Street at the fire station.
Did you observe Mr. Crackleberry in cuffs? Were you able to clearly see him in cuffs from where you were?
Yes.
This is a spicy case.
Did you see the individual who shot Mr. Crackleberry?
I saw the nope. You know what? Just no, I didn't.
After Mr. Crackleberry was shot, did you observe anyone else enter the scene?
I love court
Individual
memes.
with all black and dark colored hair, as well as 2 members in Osiris cuts. Scene.
What did you observe them doing on the scene?
Their firearms.
Can you restate? Sorry, I
Microphone
didn't catch that. Yeah.
Please hold the button down before you talk.
Using firearms. Guns, to be specific.
Which individuals did you see using firearms?
3 aforementioned individuals, as well as law enforcement officer Aaron Bison.
Did you see any vehicles enter the scene?
To the scene, no. Not at that time.
Are you able to identify any of the individuals that you described?
Where?
Fuck.
Apologies, I think I missed the first part of your answer.
Re-ask that or figure that out so I can answer
Just
properly.
give the answer again.
All we heard is air. I assume
air.
that was at the end of a sentence.
I'm gonna answer these questions, and otherwise I'm just gonna walk out and you can put a warrant out for my arrest. Okay, got it.
Hey, sir, calm down. Okay, let's just take a breath. Okay, let's take a breath, man. And you're doing great up there. Okay, just rather use the microphone. You know, hold it down a bit. And take a breath. We got this. All right.
Hunkered nervous.
Crash out.
Too late for that.
God bless him.
Would you like me to re-ask the question?
Yes, please. That's what I was asking.
Were you able to identify any of the individuals on the scene?
I was not. The previous, what I had described about them beforehand.
How long were you on scene in Polito?
Entire time that they were doing scene collection, standing outside, basically the entire time after the explosion. 2 minutes or so.
What? You
Did
mean
you see officers
me?
detain other individuals on scene?
For real?
Yes, I did.
You think I'm cute? Aww.
Let me confer.
Aww. I do to deserve that? It's so sweet.
God.
Wait, you only said it because Winters would be mad if you didn't? Wait, am I not cool?
The state has no further questions.
Wait, am I not cool? Chat?
Defense, your witness.
Hey, Pike. Early in your testimony, you stated that you could see Mr. Fritz in cuffs. Where was he standing when you witnessed him in cuffs?
Grapeseed truck that was across the street. That was kind of like around that area. It was like right in front of the station. Kind of like the walkway that goes to like where you'd go into the station.
To clarify, is this the triage point outside of the fire station that Mr. Park was testifying to?
Yes.
And where were you standing in relation to where he was standing?
Standing against the walls of the courthouse, outside. Like if you were to look directly, come out the main doorway, go to. I was standing about there on the inside part of the fence.
Approximately
I
how
like my
far
own
away would you
post.
say you were from Mr. Fritz?
However long the road is, about 10. Well, that's probably about 20 feet.
Could you describe it in pantos?
Sorry, what was that?
Pantos? Could you describe the length and number of pantos?
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Say like four panto lengths.
And just to clarify, you recognize that he was in cuffs at the time of seeing him there and not before?
Because he ran out past me, and Park ran, kind of came. They all came out of the courthouse, and remember, because there was a lot going on. Like I will say, it was kind of a hectic scene. There was fire everywhere. Remember them coming out and hearing Park. Once kind of things settled down, to like, hey, put him in cuffs because he was running around there.
Okay, so I guess just what I'm honing in on here is, when did you first see him in cuffs? Was this at the fire station?
Yeah.
Okay, now you state that you were basically against the wall of the courthouse, that he was across the street out front of the fire station where the triage was happening. That's where you saw the cuffs. Now, you also stated you did not see the person who shot him?
I did. I saw. Like I heard the shots. I didn't see like who shot them at first. If that makes sense. I did see an individual in all black come on onto the scene, and then I saw a little bit later I saw somebody, like the two people that I said in the Osiris cuts, but they were over more by the Green Sultan that was on scene originally.
Now, an individual who's cuffed typically has a pretty specific posture, correct?
Oh yeah.
Now, if you had not heard Mr. Park state that he was intending to cuff the individual, do you think it would have been harder for you to tell that that individual was cuffed from how far away you were?
Usually, they definitely. I couldn't. It was in that I couldn't see their hands, so their hands were either in front or in back of them. Yeah, I was dark and it was raining, but it was very clearly like it looked like that they were kind of in that huddled position.
But you're not certain whether or not he had his hands in front of him or behind him?
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered.
Rebuttal, Your Honor. Nuh-uh. First time I've asked that question.
Further rebuttal.
Go ahead.
He keeps asking the same question along the same lines of trying to get him to basically walk back his statement of you couldn't have seen that far away.
Final rebuttal, if I may, Your Honor.
One more.
While it might seem like the same question to them, I'm sure you guys can tell that these questions are picking at the details. This last one, which was objected to as having been asked and answered, was specifically about the trouble that the witness had telling whether or not his hands were cuffed in front of him or behind him, and that question had not been previously asked.
We're going to overrule the objection. Go ahead. Re-ask the question.
I believe the witness gave an answer, so I'm satisfied to stick with that.
Okay.
All right, moment to confer.
I was about to talk about the supposed two people that were in Osiris cuts that shot, and I was going to point out, are you aware that their G's are
Well, we meet again, Pike. So in your statement as well as during questioning, you stated two people within Osiris cuts were shooting on scene. Is that correct?
Yes.
You couldn't get a visual as to who it was?
Couldn't tell you who they were. I guess obviously the Osiris cut is very specific, but other than that, I couldn't tell you who the individual people.
Were you aware that everyone involved in the scene is GSR negative?
Well, they had their guns out at least.
Objection, Your Honor. Misstatement of evidence. Everyone involved in this scene was not GSR negative.
Talia, you can just rephrase it to every.
Again.
You can just rephrase it to everyone in an Osiris cut was GSR negative.
I can rephrase, Your Honor, if I need to.
Please do.
Everyone within GSR, I'd actually rephrase it as a proper question. Were you aware that everyone in Osiris cuts was GSR negative?
I'm not privy to that information per se.
All right.
Going off of they had their guns out, and there was gunfire, so kind of 1 + 1 = 2 for me on that.
That's crazy. Wow.
Franklin smells blood. Ooh, Franklin, get him. Franklin, get him.
So you stated 1 + 1 = 2 when responding to your testimony about they had guns, they were out, I heard shooting. Do you use this same logic when assuming an individual who may seem hunched over is handcuffed?
Because that's what I put on paper on my statement.
Now, Mr. Pike, you stated in your earlier testimony that you heard Jason Park state an intention to cuff Mr. Fritz, and then as well in your testimony you stated that you saw that Mr. Fritz was hunched but couldn't tell whether his hands were cuffed behind his back or in front of him. So I ask you, are you jumping to conclusions in the same way that you jumped to the conclusion that these individuals shot their guns?
I don't believe I was jumping to a conclusion on that.
So why can you not tell? Why can you not tell whether or not Mr. Fritz was cuffed front to back?
Because you know what? I was kind of a little bit worried about also not getting fucking caught on fire, not getting also shot, also making sure that the other people there that are at my place of business and work, that being a courthouse as a judge are safer and okay. Also kind of worried about the person who had shrapnel that basically took the shrapnel that probably would have ended up hitting me if they weren't in the right way of it. So lots going on.
So would it be fair that you don't have a completely accurate interpretation of whether or not Mr. Fritz was cuffed and you had knowledge of that?
Like I said beforehand, to me, he looked like he was in cuffs. I also heard that put him in cuffs, so
1 + 1 = 2.
Basic math, you know. If they look like they're cuffed, they're acting like they're cuffed, they're probably cuffed.
Did you have direct eyesight of Mr. Fritz?
I literally could see him across the fucking road.
Could you see his hands?
Oh, I couldn't see his precious little hands. No.
And yet you're testifying to him being cuffed?
National Honor Counselor is testifying.
Rebuttal? That was a
There was
question,
no
Your Honor.
question.
And yet you're testifying to him being cuffed? Question mark?
Yes, that's what I've been saying. I've tried to say the same thing over and over again. I don't know how many different ways I can say it. I'm being as honest as I can right now.
Oh, he's so close.
It's getting there.
A little bit more poking.
It's up to you. You could just edge
Do
him
we have
and
any
say
more
no.
questions?
I mean, I got nothing else really. I just wanted to get the statement of you were the word juice or negative.
You stated earlier in testimony that he was acting like he was in cuffs. So I ask you, Pike, how does one act like they're in cuffs?
Objection, Your Honor. Badgering.
Rebuttal, Your Honor.
What's the rebuttal?
Not badgering, definitively.
He keeps asking the same question repeatedly and getting a different. He doesn't like the answer, so he keeps asking it in a different way. It's badgering.
Politely waits for further rebuttal before answering.
I'm going to sustain the objection. Let's move on. You've asked this. We've heard his answer many different ways. Let's move on.
Your Honor, my job as a defense attorney is breaking down his answers to come to logical conclusions. When I'm faced with a detail that has been newly discovered by the witness, such as an individual acting like they are in cuffs, that sort of information is imperative to the defense of my clients, especially in a felony A case. So while I appreciate
Franklin, what did the judge tell you?
Thank you, Your Honor. One moment to confer.
I will say that my job is not to listen to the exact same fucking point 30 different ways. Holy shit.
Your Honor, it most respectfully is.
Don't care, Franklin. You're wrong.
Please put more respect on the honors names.
I don't think Pike's on.
Sorry, guys, I would have stepped in there, but I don't want to overstep my bailiff duties.
I would try to strike maybe.
But I'm sorry you had to have that happen.
1 + 1 + 2.
Thank you.
Just assume the people were shooting that weren't shooting, all that shit.
Your Honor, motion to strike Lachlan Pike as a witness. He has given multiple conflicting statements that are contradictory to previous statements, such as his logic of jumping to conclusions and stating a person fired their gun when in fact that wasn't the case, and the fact that he is claiming to have knowledge of an individual being handcuffed and yet testifying that he was not capable of actually seeing whether or not that individual was handcuffed. Simply that they were acting like they were handcuffed, whatever that means. Who could say?
I'm going to overrule this immediately, throw out the motion. They've testified to what they've witnessed. You've asked the exact same point over literally fucking nothing over and over and over and over again. You think you have found some gem. It is not. It's a piece of fucking coal. I'm not going to strike this witness.
A little bit more pressure, Your Honor. It turns into a diamond. No further questions.
Prosecution, do you have a recross?
Very short one. Would you say the firehouse across the street is generally well lit?
Objection leading.
Did you hear that? Objection leading.
Also, objection best evidence. There's photographs that the judges can just look at. Just look at the picture, dog.
The only thing really left at the fire station is the garage doors.
I'm going to sustain if you can ask that in another way.
How
I
would you
sustain the
describe?
objection.
Yes, Your Honor. How would you describe the lighting at the firehouse? And to clarify, did you hear gunshots?
Yes, I did.
And further clarification, did you see members in Osiris cuts holding weapons?
Yes.
Let me confirm.
Can we all get along? That response as being just directly contradictory to what he said in his statement. Love a good court case meme.
The state has no further questions.
In his statement, he says, "Began opening fire, not pointing guns."
I mean,
You can step down.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to, and at the risk of I'm not intending to upset your honors. I'm just trying to do my job. This witness is unreliable, and the testimony they're giving here in court contradicts the testimony within their written statement in which they are claiming they saw them open fire. This witness is definitively unreliable, and as an unreliable witness, we feel we have fair ground to dismiss him.
And if we want to just throw that out when we are in the back room deliberating, we can do that. This is not a. We've had one motion to dismiss, yes, but what about second motion? Look, I've already ruled on this fucking thing, and there's no new evidence to highlight this. We'll just.
I
deliberate on
appreciate
this in
your
the back.
consideration, Your Honor. Acknowledging, or informing me of that would go such a long way.
I mean, if you need to be told every little thing, I don't know what to tell you.
It is a felony A case, Your Honor.
Felony A case does not give you carte blanche to make the entire room fucking miserable.
Is that what I'm doing, Your Honor?
Not alone.
Apologies, Your Honor. I'm having a great time, and I hope we can all have a great time.
I'm happy to be here.
Let's continue.
We have no further questions for this witness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
did.
good. All right,
You can
perfect.
step down, yeah.
Yeah, just making sure there's no recall. So am I getting recalled or no? Curiosity, can I go to bed?
Not from us.
You have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Pike.
Sleep well.
Prosecution, you can call your next witness.
The prosecution calls Aaron Bison.
Sorry, I'm just pausing my crossword.
I'll continue at Bison. Don't worry about it.
Did this motherfucker just say I'm pausing my crossword? What?
Never asked me to help him with his crossword.
What Talk too much. I'd be able to finish it before you got done giving me one answer.
Okay, that's out of pocket. Please raise your hand.
I can't sit.
Yeah, you're, Yep. Please raise your hand.
Welcome back to the world of the living, robot. Hope you're doing well.
solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury. So help you. The New York Times, Wordle, crossword, and all the other things you can do on it.
I'm not swearing to the New York Times. They pissed me off today.
So help you, Naruto. You gotta repeat it. We didn't hear you.
Yes, fine, I do. Yes,
Thank
Naruto.
you. Thank you. You have. Thank you. For your honors, he's being a bit
Good night,
non-compliant,
Seal.
but I handled it.
Okay, prosecution, your witness.
Can you please state your full name and rank for the record?
Yeah, Sergeant Bison.
Thank you. Were you in Polito on July 28th?
Can you repeat that again?
Were you in Polito on the night of July 28th?
Chad, I'm gonna try to open TFT while this goes.
Why were you in Polito
So that I
on
can.
that night?
So that I can.
I was on duty.
So that I can play
Oh, sorry.
TFT.
I was patrolling the highways, and there was chaotic talk on the radio about explosions at the courthouse.
I'm gonna try really hard not to break everything though.
Approximately how soon after the explosion did you arrive on scene?
I have to update League of Legends. This is awkward.
No idea. Probably like within a minute.
What did you observe upon your arrival?
Excusing me. Appreciate it.
God, chaos everywhere. Cars on fire. What do you call it? It's not a tow truck, but like one of those car trucks that like take a bunch of other cars on them, like transport for like car dealerships and stuff. One of those was full of forklifts. People running in circles, mayhem, that kind of stuff.
What was your role on the scene when you arrived?
Honestly, I just kind of sat there and watched at first to get an idea of what the hell was happening. What the heck was happening?
Oh my god, my game requires a
Uh,
system update. We can't play.
And once I
We
realized
can't
that it was
play.
a little bit too chaotic, I stepped in and I said,
Do I even
"I'm
have
taking
any
over this
fucking
scene
idle
right
games?
now."
Hold on.
Smokey, take your fucking mask off.
What did taking over the scene mean?
I pretty much just said like what needs to get done, and then they gave me a very quick TLDR of what was going on. And I said, okay, consolidating all the people over there, out of the way, up to the guy in the high vis vest, and I said, is this the guy that needs to be arrested? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, all right, put your hands behind your back, and I threw him in cuffs. I said, Park, he's yours. And then I walked away, all badass like. And then I said, make the triage over there with all the injured parties from the
All
explosions.
badass, like.
Handcuffed person over by the firehouse. EMS had more room to work. Said,
Was
you're
the-
taking back over. I'm taking statements.
Was the individual that you handcuffed Mr. Crackleberry?
Oh my god, I could download Plague Inc.
the
chat and we
individual
could,
that you
we could
handcuffed
kill
Mr.
the
Crackleberry?
entire world while we watch the court case. And it slowly kills our will to live.
Yeah, that was him.
About how soon after you arrived on scene were you able to get him into cuffs?
I would say like within like 45 seconds to a minute. It didn't take very long for me to realize people weren't like doing what needed to be done.
And how quickly were you able to get the scene back in order?
Well, with the god that I am, it was within seconds. At least that part of the scene.
After detaining Mr. Crackleberry, who took over?
I had Park take over for the triage and Crackleberry, is that his name? While I took statements about all the blown up cars, so they could sue him for damages.
Let's see.
Were you able to take all the statements at that time?
I barely even got to ask the first question, and then shooting started happening.
He sounds so
Where
upset
did you
about
initially
that.
hear the shots?
Why is he so mad?
Where did I?
No, I didn't even get to ask a question.
The triage one.
No,
Firing a firearm.
I never get to ask anything. He's
At the
freaking
time,
shooting
I didn't know who it
started.
was, but it was some lady in techno goth gear and gray hair. Later identified
Techno
as
goth
Drake.
gear.
Sounds like Indigo Jones to me.
Techno goth gear.
Where was Miss Drake shooting? Or who was Miss Drake shooting at?
Oh, she was shooting the guy in cuffs. It was crazy.
Techno goth.
Which did she shoot anyone else on scene?
Yeah, she shot Park.
Can't play that.
I
That's a
mean,
hentai.
Yeah, she shot Park.
He sounded.
Once
Oh
you realized that
fuck!
shots were fired.
It's
What was your response?
cracking me up.
Oh, I started fucking shooting. Sorry, I started shooting.
Who did you shoot at?
In that moment, Piper Drake.
What a funny guy.
Were you able to successfully neutralize Piper Drake on that scene?
Like right that second, or in general?
Immediately following her shooting.
Not immediately. It was about 10 to 15 seconds after she started shooting. Maybe a bit more.
What caused the delay?
She kept running through a bush and I couldn't hit my shots. And then she got into some white muscle car with some lady. I saw they were going to start driving away, so I shot out the tires. And then right after that, I realized there was only one exit from the firehouse that they could go around to. And they drove through, and then we lit up the car.
And to clarify, how many individuals were in that car?
In that car, too.
Were there any other vehicles that arrived on scene?
Yeah, there was at that moment there was another white muscle car that was like where the original one was before we started shooting at it.
Were you able to identify the individual that was in the first muscle car that Piper Drake got into?
Not at that moment. No, it wasn't until later on.
Who was that individual identified as?
That's a good question.
That's a
don't know. I don't know when I
really,
identified him.
that's such a good question that
That's
I don't know
perfectly
the
fine.
answer to.
Do you know who
That's
the individual in the second muscle
so
car was?
good. That's a good question. And I will answer that in
Yeah,
a
it was,
timely manner.
The madam with the green hair. I don't know her name right this second though.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's he just
Not
hooed her.
Gemma, the one that's standing with the nice heels.
Da, da, da,
And once
da.
that vehicle entered the scene, what did you do?
It was kind of sitting there, like rocking back and forth, like they didn't know what they wanted to do in that moment. To be fair, they were just kind of sitting there for a second, and then I had my gun like pointed at them because they were not leaving. Right after a shooting happened, and then I watched her get out of the car, pull a gun, and the second she started raising it, I popped her in the head.
Were you able to at that point neutralize that individual?
Absolutely. I'd like skills.
Fucking god.
Did any other vehicles attempt to come into the scene?
Yeah, some lady in a black car came in. She's being told by two officers to leave multiple times, and she refused to listen. And then she said, "Fuck it," and parked. That was a quote, Your Honors. And she parked the car, got out, started sprinting towards the woman I had just shot down's body, which had officers standing over it, and she had a gun in hand. And then she didn't listen to them to stop, so I shot her because she was sprinting at them with a gun.
What? Do you know the name of that individual?
It's not Gemma, it's not Piper, and it's not the lady with the heels.
All right. Did anyone else approach the scene?
Yeah, I did not have a gun.
Yeah. Something Jones. I don't remember her first name.
Crazy
Bye,
that he doesn't
guys.
know who Indigo Jones is. What the fuck?
Indigo Jones. No, I've had a long day, okay?
Bye.
Indigo Jones. She
How
came
did-
on scene. She came on scene, and then while I was running around the fire station, staying mobile as a god does,
Yes, God
carried
does
away
is
Piper, and I
crazy.
was like,
What?
one of the officers was like, she's carrying her away, and I said, "What are you doing?" And they continue to watch them just carry. This is not funny. I'm sorry. They continue to just watch the person, Indigo, carry Piper away, and I said, "Fucking tase her or do something. Don't just stand there." And then they tased her and handcuffed her.
I wasn't carried by Indigo Jones.
At that point, did anyone else attempt to interfere with the scene?
Right that moment, no. Gemma Knight did drive on scene, and she was like, "What the hell? This is my town. You know, I want to make a statement. Nobody's taking my statement for my cars all these cars blowing up. You know, you guys over here making a ruckus." She sounded like a 90-year-old man talking about his lawn, to be honest. And then officers were like, we'll take your statement in a minute, but we're busy right now. We can't do it." And she was like, he said, "You're all gonna die," and then drove off.
It's on site for that 90-year-old man comment, but it'll be a baseball bat.
I'm sorry. Better if I said 70.
By the time Miss Knight arrived on scene, had gunfire stopped?
Yeah, right that minute, yeah. Did you say Knight or Jones? You said Knight, right?
Yes, correct. Knight.
Yeah.
Did Jibba Knight come back into the incident?
Oh my god, you have no idea. We called in for EMS to come in. We felt that it was code 4 in layman terms. For those who don't understand, that is clear and safe. We brought in EMS, and while they were responding, the second ambulance got held up by Jim at night and held at gunpoint. This is not funny. I was coughing. At which point, I sent over Sergeant Rain to go handle the that hostage situation.
Do you know why Miss Knight was holding the EMS hostage?
I was told over radio that
I
she was
I didn't want to. I wanted to go the whole time without objecting, but I got to do it. That one's hearsay.
It's bedtime for me.
I didn't want to do it, but that one is hearsay.
Good night, Chloe.
Good night.
Have fun lockpicking.
I know, I was excited.
Prosecution, do you have a rebuttal?
As the scene lead, Sergeant Bison is aware of the different movements of multiple officers, then we are just asking him to convey what he is aware of as the lead on the overall scene.
I'm going to overrule the objection. You can continue with the question.
You want her to like re-ask the question, or do you just want me to answer?
Well, if you remember the question, you can answer.
I remember everything. Don't quote
Very
that.
good.
Except for who was carrying what and who had what in their hands.
What was your question?
Do you know why Miss Knight was holding the EMS up?
Oh, yeah. I was told on radio that the demands were to let Piper and Indigo Jones go. And because Piper was down, they wanted us to let Indigo Jones, to put Piper into a vehicle so they could drive off.
He doesn't.
How did you
make
respond
a
to
gift
those
right now of
demands?
Indigo Indiana Jones wearing
Did you
techno
respond
gear?
to those
I'm very
demands?
upset.
That ain't no way that's happening. I have Indigo because all she really did was just carry somebody away. She was the least of my worries about the entire thing. I was like, but they're not getting Piper because she shot somebody and then shot a cop. Sorry, it's clearing my throat. Shot a cop. At which point, while we were still discussing it, Indigo Jones was let go. Which, I mean, it is what it is. He drove off, but I told Rain, I was like, we're not giving her Piper, and then, yeah.
How did Miss Knight respond to the refusal to give over Piper Drake?
Can you give me 1 second? Sorry, can you say that again?
How did Miss Knight respond to the decision to not give over Piper Drake?
She ran, or she shot the EMS, and then she was shot down.
I would say objection lacks personal knowledge since he wasn't there, but the judge would just say, blah, 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 see you later.
Are you aware of what happened to Mr. Crackleberry after he was shot?
Hey. Yeah, he died, I heard.
At what point were you made aware of this?
On the way to the cells, if I remember right. I actually don't know that one. It was either on the way to the cells or after they were in the cells.
Okay. Let me confirm.
Everyone noticed he got excited talking about shooting.
Just so everyone knows, he's on his phone to me right now.
You said that Gemini arrived on the original scene asking for more information and stating that everyone was going to die. Can you expand on specifically what questions she was asking?
I just want to clarify that is not what I said. I stated that she drove by the scene and then started yelling at officers that nobody took her statement and she was annoyed by it. And then she said that we were going to die.
Thank you for the clarification.
Am I still answering? Did that not answer your question? She. Do you want me to like expand on?
If you're able to.
There's not really much to expand. I mean, she, like I said, she was just getting annoyed. She was like pretty irate. Big word. About officers not taking her statement. She was annoyed with the explosions and how officers weren't like more worried about the general safety of Polito as opposed to like the one scene they were dealing with at the firehouse, if I remember correctly. And that when officers told her to leave, she kept like telling them to fuck off, and that like nobody was taking it seriously. And then one officer, I think it was senior officer on her phone over there, that was telling her that they would get her statement as soon as we were done with that scene, and she basically like left saying we were all gonna die.
You have approximate amount of time between Gemma leaving the original scene and hearing that an EMS was being held up?
I have no idea. It wasn't that long, but it wasn't like 30 seconds.
Thank you. Let me confirm.
I'm gonna say somewhere between a minute to 10 minutes.
My favorite part about this is that the lead officer didn't know that guy was dead until the holding zones. So how anybody gonna be an accessory to that?
Can you describe the car that she originally arrived on scene?
No, I don't remember the car. I'm sorry.
No worries. I believe that is it for our questions.
There's gunshots.
Defense, do you have a cross-examination?
Yeah, one moment, Your Honor.
Please ask him if he deserved to be shot. Please, please. You should do it.
You should do it.
Also,
Just get her
ask him
some.
if it was a good shot.
Alright, don't do that.
I take this sip of water.
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's the problem?
I can testify on my relationship. I won't lie about that one. Oh yeah.
We're gonna play AFK Arena chat because I'm fucking bored.
In the beginning, life and death coexisted
Hey, Bison.
Yo, what up, guys?
The goddess of life.
You spoke a lot on
earned the
Gemma and
favor
Piper.
of a
Are you aware of the extent of their relationship?
However, the god of death
How in depth do you want me to go with that?
So fucking in depth, dude.
They always talk about fucking quoted, Your Honor. And how the last I thought they were married, and then I thought they were engaged, but then they said they were dating. And the last thing I heard about their relationship was that Piper's gonna be really mad if Gemma got called to the battlefield and was late for like a court case or something.
last vestiges of her power to create 7 divine artifacts, which she scattered throughout.
Bison, how would you describe the individual Fritz Krekelberry?
Many millennia later, the Hypergeans lay
White, male, bald. High vis vest.
Less physical, more metaphysical.
I don't know. I handcuffed him and walked away. I didn't talk to him.
Do you have any interactions with him other than handcuffing him?
Well, yeah, I guess he said, "Hey, what the hell? Why are you doing that?" And I said, "Because you're under arrest." And then I walked away.
based on the facts presented within this case and within this incident, how would you describe Fritz?
How would I describe him?
Mm-hmm. Based on your collective knowledge of this incident.
Male, white, old.
Objection, relevance.
Rebuttal, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a mystery to anybody what we're trying to argue here, which is that this was not murder, but manslaughter, or I guess murder in the third degree,
I
as it's
see
stated
where you're
now.
going.
You see where I'm
Objection
going?
calls with legal conclusion.
Okay, I haven't even rebutted to the first objection, so, and I have not even asked a question regarding legal conclusion. Okay, I'm responding to the judges, getting the overall mindset or the attitude or the actions of Fritz, the man who was shot, is wholly relevant to this charge and to our argument, or the charge we're seeking, rather. I.e., would it be, reasonable to assume that somebody would take violent action against him suddenly and spur of the moment due to anything he may have done?
Have any rebuttal to that prosecution?
No, I think your honors can tell where he's going with this and can make your decision off of it.
I'm going to allow the question. Continue.
So once more, Bison, for those in the back, how would you describe an individual such as Fritz based on your knowledge of this incident?
Like a tourist.
God damn. 1 second to confer.
You want that word?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I don't even think we have Period, Your Honor. No further questions for Bison.
Prosecution, do you have a recross?
Nothing for this witness, Your Honors.
What?
Okay, you can step down.
That's it? God damn it.
You a real one, Bison.
Prosecution, your next witness.
The 14th it is, Bison, since you won't elaborate.
Dadley? It is, and I already charted that.
The state will call Ashley Smith.
You did this.
Oh, are you okay? Oh my God, are you okay? Jeez.
I'm good.
Whew. All right, hey, it's okay, everybody. The courtroom sanctity has not been breached. This is not an attack. Somebody just tripped. Anybody that was freaking out, don't worry. Big Yackle handled it. Thank you.
Quick,
Save,
make sure
thank you,
everybody
Yackle.
talks about how they
Yeah.
saw guns.
Oh no, I gotta say do this.
Please raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you. The secret that I am trying to find about how everybody posts GIFs and emotes on Twinsta, yet I can't.
You just paste them.
Can we get a new bailiff who doesn't say GIFs? I hate that.
Well, that's
me off.
hey, that
Shouldn't have
Guy up.
refused bailiff.
defense
Fuck
that's out
that
of
guy
pocket.
up.
You really
Send
can't
him to
be-
jail.
Don't talk to the bailiff like that. Very disrespectful.
Hunter?
Okay,
It's not peanut butter.
prosecution, you're a witness.
You're on a motion to execute Herbert Yackle.
Oh my God! Can they
Good
do
about that.
Wait, actually,
I'd,
hold
we've
on.
been over
And
this.
Caddy already did that. Actually,
Did you
Put
do
an
that?
execution order for me. The Supreme Justice.
Okay, prosecution,
thank
go
you,
ahead.
Yackle.
Can you please state your full name and rank for the record?
My name is Ashley Smith. I am a senior officer and a senior detective.
How long have you been a detective for?
In the city, it's been a few months, but you know, like 7 years ago, I was a detective for several years before I retired, so.
Were you in Polito on July 28th?
I do apologize. Defense, are you recalling Aaron Bison?
Oh God, no, Your Honor. But
No,
thank you
Your
for
Honor.
remembering.
And
Bye,
fucking itching
Bryson.
over there.
Later. Have fun in prison.
Apologies, State. Please continue.
No, you're fine. Were you in Polito on the night of July 28th?
Yes.
Why were you in Polito?
I was responding to shots fired and an officer down.
Do you recall which officer was down?
Park.
About how soon after finding out that the officer was down did you arrive on scene?
I was coming up Great Ocean Highway. It was a couple minutes. Can't say exactly how long, but it was a couple minutes.
Thank you. Once you arrived on scene, what did you observe?
When I arrived on scene, I saw blown up cars everywhere. I saw officers all over the area, and I saw people standing near the doors to the Polito courthouse.
What was your role on scene?
Initially, my role on scene was to document the exploded vehicles for anybody that would be pushing civil charges later, and also scene control to a degree.
You said initially. What did your role turn into?
It turned more so into scene control, particularly when Ms. Knight drove through the scene.
When did Miss Knight drive through the scene?
While we were trying to clean up the cars and deal with the suspects in custody, she came driving through the scene. It was a couple minutes after I arrived, I believe.
Do you recall the vehicle that she drove in?
It was a two-door white and color vehicle. It might have been a Dominator ASP, but I'm not amazing with cars. I think it was a muscle car.
Did you interact with Miss Knight at all?
Yes, I did. She was coming through the scene, asking why nobody would take her statement, and I started trying to ask her for her name and to, you know, get a statement from her or see what she wanted to say to us. And instead of really responding to that, multiple times after I'd asked her that, she did say, nobody's taking my statement again. And then she, right before it drove off, said that we were all going to die.
Did you interact with Miss Knight at all following that incident?
Yes, I was helping process her down in the cells, and I also am the one that sent her to Bolingbrook after the events of the night played out.
After Miss Knight left the original scene, are you aware of her returning?
Well, she didn't leave far because she went straight to Polito Hospital and took Tammy hostage.
About how long was it after Miss Knight? About how long after Miss Knight left the scene were you aware of her coming back to Polito Hospital?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to outside of the witness's personal knowledge. She's already said that she was not involved in that second scene. Her next interaction with the defendant, Knight, myself, was when I was in processing. Objection lack outside of personal knowledge and best evidence because they could have put in a fucking person up who actually interacted with me. You know, who they testified to earlier. It feels to me personally like I'm being denied the right to question the person who actually did it because they're just like, hey, cop, summarize what other cop did.
Like you can call them.
Probably because we didn't expect people to be questioned what other people did. If the state wanted to question that, why didn't they call them?
Thomas.
Praise be.
Jesus fucking Christ, stop it. B.
Oh, it's officially my birthday. It's been my birthday for an hour and 6 minutes. Oh, shit. Birthday, Piper. Now go to prison.
Okay, so I've heard your objection, and we're going to weigh that accordingly, but we're going to let the questions continue. Go ahead, State. You can re-ask the question if you like.
Apologies, Your Honor. I forget specifically the question that I asked right beforehand.
Well, continue.
I just want to make sure I get the right
Yeah.
one. Okay, perfect. About how long after Miss Knight left the original scene were you made aware of her holding up Tammy?
It was within a few minutes when someone came over radio and said that an EMS was being held up by Gemma Knight.
Are you aware of her driving any vehicle onto that scene?
I don't know what she was driving there.
Are you aware of how long Miss Knight had Tammy hostage?
She had her hostage for a few minutes, and her negotiation demands were made. Indigo Jones was let go kind of mid-negotiation, and then negotiations failed, and Gemma shot Tammy.
Damn,
It
this
wasn't
is
too long.
thick.
It was all very quick.
Thank you. Let me confirm.
Much appreciated.
Have a good one.
I'm coming for you.
My favorite part about this is that they didn't put that.
Based on your knowledge of this scene and this incident, how would you describe Mr. Crackleberry?
He was a citizen of Los Santos. He's a member of Public Works. He may not have been the best driver, but he was doing a job, and he was in the middle of performing his civic duties when all of this happened.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to misstatement of facts. He was not a member of Public Works. Look at his fucking MDW profile. That's a mischaracterization of
Oh my
fucking
God.
reality.
Hey, whoa, Gemma, you cannot swear in this courtroom.
Yes, the
I'll
fuck I
save you
can.
some time, Your Honors.
Well,
There's
hasn't
nothing on his
somebody taught you
profile.
better? Actually, well, if someone hasn't, I'm sorry. But please do not swear in this courtroom.
Jacko, stop making everything about you. It's not about you.
Hell? Oh my, I did it. Shit. Sorry, Your Honor. I slipped up too.
The melodious flute
Right.
reminds me of an old friend.
Please only swear 3 times if you swear, because I swore 3 times, but try to swear none.
You just swear more.
Up, dude. Oh, what a.
What's up? It's poppin'. I am.
I'm gonna see what's up.
I'm definitely not playing AFK Arena.
As a member of
While I listen to this,
Public
it's a
Works.
fucking
Yeah,
disaster.
due to the misstatement of fact, mischaracterization of reality, and frankly just bullshittery that just came out of her mouth, Your Honor, motion to strike everything she just said.
I gotta think for a few.
It is stricken, and prosecution, you may continue.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Let me confirm. Based on your review of the case, would you describe, or excuse me, let me start over. Based on your review of the case, would you describe Mr. Crackleberry as a new resident?
Objection, Your
Hold
Honor.
on, hold on,
Leaving?
hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
sorry. Sorry. Okay. I withdraw, Your Honor. My lawyer yelled at me.
My lawyer yelled at me.
Go ahead, prosecution.
Can't have that.
Sorry, I know the question was. I can just answer it if you'd like.
Go ahead.
I would definitely describe him as someone who was just starting his life in Los Santos. Yes.
Based on what's available to you, did you have any reason to believe that he had plans to leave Los Santos?
No. From what I've been told, there's nothing indicating that he was only here for a short time.
Thank you. We have no more questions.
Is there anything indicating that?
Defense, your witness.
Where is? Ah.
I don't give a fuck what we ask her.
Who is this guy?
After all the objections that she was just continuously
Where'd
throwing
this
at
guy
us,
come from?
obviously a cunt who's not worth talking to. Yeah, her entire testimony was other cops said shit over the radio, so I don't know if it's worth asking this bitch any questions, TBH, Franklin.
No
Oops,
questions
sorry, I turned the
for
microphone
Miss,
on.
Miss Smith.
Are you planning on recalling her?
Nope. No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you can step down. Make sure the microphone, yeah.
Okay, so I need my. Let's see, who do I need? I need to get rid of this guy. Put this guy in.
And prosecution, do you have any other witnesses?
The prosecution has no further
Who the
witnesses.
fuck else do I have in right now? Hello.
Okay, defense. You can call your first witness.
One moment, Your Honor. Is Miss Amelia Casanova present?
Yeah, I'm in the back.
Hey, Amelia, would you mind coming up here real quick?
Got this.
Yeah, we're gonna get this.
Am I not
out of the way
allowed
here.
to
Switch
smells like
out?
shit.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Huh?
Hi, Amelia.
Poor Amelia sounds horrible.
Oh my god, Amelia and I are matching.
Yeah, she's not doing the best.
We're matching.
Oh shoot, that sounds
No.
bad.
Please raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury.
Oh, I'm using this
So
guy from
help
someone
you.
else's shit. That makes
One
sense.
piece.
Ew, what?
This guy's such a nerd.
It's an anime about a pirate that's trying to become the king of the pirates and find the One Piece. It's like a treasure that Goldie Roger hid.
Lock it in, Yackle. Pick something else. She doesn't know what that is.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth of the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you.
Do you Hakusho?
What I swear on.
I'm
Oh
Vegeta.
God.
Odysseus.
Holy shit.
You know what? Yeah, sure.
It's fucking.
He's so stupid.
I'm just spat all my food out.
He's so fucking dumb.
Go ahead,
I
defense.
fucking almost spat
Hey,
my
Amelia,
food out.
we're gonna make this real quick for you. Are you aware of the underlying incident which brings us here to court today?
Yeah.
Were you a victim in this incident?
Yes.
Did anyone here in court attempt to treat you or triage you at the time of this incident?
I don't know. Last thing I remember is walking alongside of the tractor trailer thing in the car park of the Paleto courthouse.
Can you describe the scene prior to you walking?
Some psychopath in a tractor trailer with multiple forklifts on it was driving towards the city hall, I believe, and was ramming police cars with this big cone thing that was on the front of the truck he was driving. I remember hearing Jason Park shouting at the guy, telling him to leave, or asking him what he was doing. Nobody seemed really to be taking it seriously. Pretty fucking chaotic.
Alright, one moment to confer.
I could just put this on auto and ×2 and just let the battle sort itself out, chat. I could do that.
Thank you so much for making it here, Amelia. We have no further questions for you.
Prosecution, do you have a
gonna do that.
cross-examination?
Wow.
We have no cross at this time.
You can step down.
Resonating crystal.
I don't know. Defense, your next witness.
Yeah. Could we bring Indigo Jones to the stand?
You got this.
The Indigo Jones?
Big fan of Indigo.
The Indiana Jones, as Bison said?
The one and only.
Yeah.
Hey. Please raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
The what?
Under the pains and penalties of perjury. So help you. Under Occam's.
There we go. He got it.
Please proceed.
Defense.
Hello, Miss Jones. Are you aware of the incident underlying this court case here today?
Yes.
Oh, holy
Can
creepy,
you describe for
creepy
us,
doll child.
the scene?
I'm gonna use her.
It was mass chaos.
She looks fucking creepy.
There was fire, yelling.
Creepy.
There were bodies all over the place.
Just gonna end up with all the fucking
Horrifying.
creepy characters.
Now, Just earlier,
Dimensional
Miss Amelia
spirit.
testified to
What
the
does that
fact
mean?
that the police didn't seem to be taking this situation seriously. Is this accurate from your point of view?
From my time there, yes.
Were you a victim in this incident?
Yes.
How were you a victim?
My car was exploded. I watched all of my friends go down. I was very lucky not to be hurt.
Did anybody attend to you?
No.
One moment to confer.
Hello, Indigo.
Hello.
On this scene, did you do anything?
I had witnessed a lot of people go down. I had seen Gemma hit a wall in the parking lot. I ran to her to make sure she was okay. I could see that she was not. There was no medics around, so I picked her up and I began walking her down to the Polito Hospital as quickly as I could.
Okay. On your way to the hospital with Gemma, as a layperson, did she seem conscious?
I was more focused on trying to get her somewhere. I tried speaking to her. I wasn't getting too much of a response.
Okay. And did you manage to arrive at the hospital?
Yes.
Did anybody tend to Gemma's injuries at the hospital?
I believe Nancy would have helped her with her injuries.
Did you not remain with Gemma?
I did not. I wanted to make sure she got medical care. And I proceeded to head back to the scene to try and help others.
Okay. One moment to confer, please.
No, I think we basically covered what we wanted. It would have been nice to get a depo, but we were getting a response to some questions.
If she was able to get anyone other than officers to help out.
Miss Jones, were you able to find any help other than officers on scene?
Not that I saw, no.
Okay. No further questions.
Prosecution, do you have any questions for the witness?
Yes.
Go ahead.
In general, would you describe the scene that you were in as chaotic?
It was more than chaotic.
Moment to confer, just a second. You said you returned to the scene after you left the hospital, correct?
Correct.
What did you see when you arrived on, or what did you see when you arrived on the scene?
There was still a lot of things on fire. I saw a lot of bodies still laying on the ground. And I saw a lot of people still yelling with very little to no control over what was happening.
Were you there when Piper Drake started shooting?
I was not.
Let's go.
Yeah, and she didn't get fired. She resigned. I also didn't think it mattered. No, Amelia. Not Amelia. Tammy got fired from the DA's office twice. That's what Amelia said. Yeah, I know, but.
Were there more bodies when you arrived on scene than when you left?
I'm not sure. There appeared to be about the same amount of bodies, minus the one, really. It was hard to tell. There was fire everywhere.
Moment to confer.
Snapple Dragonberry. Snapple Dragonberry is so fucking funny. Holy shit.
What were you doing when you arrived back on scene?
I was looking to help however I could, whoever I could.
Do you recall anybody giving you orders while you were trying to, as you put it, help them?
I do not recall any
Objection
orders.
relevance. Indigo Jones is not on trial here. Her actions don't really matter. Yeah, get her, Ashley. Fucking swing on that bitch. Hit her in the back of the head.
Whoa, that's one of your 3 cuss words. Please use the other 2 wisely.
Hit her again. 10 cops to hit her again, and again, and again.
Ashley couldn't control herself. She had to leave. I'd like to point out what's clearly transpiring is they're asking Indigo Jones about the crimes she's been convicted of while Veronica Wilson videotapes her because they want a perjury charge. They're trying to bait that. That's the only relevance.
Do you recall who all you helped when you were on scene? Oh,
Prosecution?
Sorry.
We're going to overrule the objection and allow the question. We believe that it is relevant. If you could answer the question.
Yes, Your Honor. There was a lot of things being yelled by a lot of different individuals. I did not feel like anything was specifically being ordered to me.
Do you recall everyone that you helped?
Yes, I tried to help Charlie, or Charlotte.
And what happened when you did that?
I was
Objection, scope. Honestly, we've been kind of dwindling down this path for a super long time at this point, but none of this was asked on the original line of questioning.
I'm going to overrule that. Prosecution has been going down this line for a while now, and there was never rebuttal. They have opened scope, so you can continue.
I was tased and handcuffed.
I'm heading out.
Were you warned about helping?
Okay, so I guess at this point I'll just object to relevance. What relevance does her having been warned or possibly failing to comply have to do with this court case and the defendants? We are circling the drain here, Your Honors, and my hand got slapped pretty fucking hard for that.
Quite literally, at the point that they're talking about, everyone was in custody. What does that have to do with us three defendants? That has nothing to do with me. Objection, I don't fucking care.
That's a second cuss word. Please use the last one wisely.
Okay,
Although I think you
I will,
refreshed
Yackle.
it because it passed the 30-minute mark. So you
Okay.
actually have 3 again.
Oh, okay, thank you, Yackle.
We're going to go ahead and sustain that on prosecution. If you can move on, please.
Moment to confer. Where was Charlie when you attempted to help her?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I am the heir of ash and fire.
You can answer the question.
She was lying on the ground out front of the fire department.
Alright, moment to confer. No further questions.
Defense, do you have any recross?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you can step down. Make sure to delete the microphone. Defense, do you have another witness?
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and dismiss Eddie Concord based on the evidence that I just sent Justice Joy. Well, not really evidence, but you know, his tardy slip. We'll go ahead and call Lucy Nolan to the stand.
Is it like a letter from his mother? Please excuse Eddie. He's got the shits or something.
If you do end up calling us to the stand, we're gonna have to be super on top of scope with how we're fucking acting with that.
It says specifically, Your Honor. I'm pooping my brains out. I ate bad sushi. Frowny face.
Huh?
Rip Eddie Concord.
Hello. Please raise
Hello.
your hand.
Is this thing on, by the way?
Mic check. Mic check. Is it?
Mike,
Yeah, you're
hello?
good.
All right, cool. Yep, hand raised.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you. I asked Twinsta the pick, and the top comment had it, but nobody commented on it. So
Miles away.
Naruto again.
No, Naruto. I don't watch anime.
So help you the silent indifference of Twinsta?
There we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
the
That's-
silent
yeah.
indifference of Twinsta, because nobody really cares about my post, and probably don't care about me.
I care about you, Yackle, but yes.
Thank you.
You're the only
Okay,
one.
go ahead.
Miss Lucy, are you
Damn.
aware of the underlying facts of this incident?
You would have to elaborate for me.
Like why we're here?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Can you describe the scene itself?
It was dark, it was raining, it was chaotic. There was a lot of fire and a lot of people yelling and a lot of people injured.
Would you lean more towards Officer Bison's statement of it being a clusterfuck shit show, or more towards Jason Parks? Nah, cool, all cool, man, good vibes.
No, I thought it was a clusterfuck.
Is it true that people were being triaged as previous defendants have testified, or witnesses?
Yes.
Do you remember any individuals who were actively triaging victims?
Yeah, I was.
Any other individuals?
Dr. Dahlia Faye, she was off duty at the time, but she was assisting me with a woman at the time wearing all black, who we later confirmed was Amelia Casanova.
Now, you testified earlier that it was raining and dark. Did this at all affect your visual ability?
Not really.
Compared to a bright, sunny afternoon.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you would see a little less or a little closer to you than in a bright day.
One moment to confer. That's why we brought her here. Amelia, she's saying that she only saw that doctor triaging people, so now she's kind of become more or less, I don't want to say useless in that regard, but not helpful.
Does her statement say that?
Ask her if she saw anyone carrying Amelia.
You dare stand against me? You dare stand against me?
Hello, Ranger Nolan?
Deputy.
Deputy, my bad. clear, prior to, as stated in your testimony, your triage of Amelia Casanova, did you see anybody interacting with Amelia?
Not that I can remember. There were a few people in the area that were talking about people down. I saw a few other people carrying someone in the back of the courthouse, like on the back walkway, and then I came over to help Dahlia with Amelia.
Okay.
No further questions for the witness, Your Honor.
Prosecution, do you have a cross?
One moment, Your Honor.
You described the scene as chaotic. Could you be more specific on which scene you were describing?
I feel both scenes were chaotic.
Objection scope. There's only... I know, but... It's... there was only one scene ever described.
I'm going to overrule that objection. Go forward with your question.
Thank you. So just to clarify, which scene would you describe as chaotic?
I would describe both as chaotic.
And when you say both, can you elaborate on what you mean?
The scene with Crackleberry and the tractor trailer driving around the courthouse, striking firefighters, and then the explosion near the courthouse, and then the events after Crackleberry was arrested. I would split that into a second scene.
In your opinion, would you describe Piper Drake shooting Mr. Crackleberry as contributing to the chaos of the scene?
Objection lacks foundation. She hasn't testified to seeing that at all. Scope lacks foundation, etc. Why the fuck we skipped that? Sorry, Yackle, that's my 1 out of 3.
Yep, I'm counting. Don't get the 3, Gemma.
I kind of want her to get to 3. I'm gonna be so real.
I'll tag on leading if we're gonna shotgun this too.
I think you're quiet.
Franklin, this is a cross. How dare you raise a leading objection to a cross-examination?
1:45 in the fucking morning.
How dare you?
Prosecution, do you have a rebuttal for that?
Yes. The witness clearly described 2 scenes, both as being chaotic. I'm trying to get more clarity on what made the second scene chaotic. Since she described them as two separate scenes.
That's still scoping Max Foundation though. Oh, hello.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Well, this is the fun part.
It's a lot of talking.
I'm going to go ahead and sustain because defense didn't bring up anything after the initial chaos with this witness, so we're going to sustain that. If
Understood. Thank you. Let me confer quickly.
You dare stand against me?
We have no more questions for this witness.
Somebody even pick me up.
Honestly, if you're that worried about
defense, do you have any questions based on those questions?
God, no, Your Honor.
Okay, you can step down.
Bye, Lucy.
Hi, Viper.
Defense, do you have any other witnesses?
Oh God, do we have so many witnesses, Your Honor? First, we will call up Charlotte Bennett, who will, from this point forward, be referred to as Charlie.
I don't respond to Charlotte unless the judges say it because
And not Charlotte Turvey, just for
not
clarification.
Charlotte Turvey, yes, you
'Cause-
did my name wrong, by the way.
In your
Ooh.
opening, you referred to them as Charlotte Turvey, and I scratched my head.
Oh,
that's
awkward. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Charlotte.
Good book. Not a
Sorry,
good book.
Charlie.
I'm gonna stand
Even
because
I
hate
corrected
physical
him, so-
contact and the idea of jumping into you guys' arms.
God.
accidentally makes
Am
me
I
wanna
guilty?
Throw up. So okay, I'm ready.
You're guilty, dog. You really did that.
Oh, fuck.
Wilson is writing a warrant right now.
Oh my god, no.
Please raise your hand. Oh, nice. Okay. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you this beautiful time that brings all of us together as one.
Why are you the way that you are? Yes, I swear.
Thank you.
Defense, your witness.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello.
Are you aware of the case and facts within which bring you here to court today?
Yes.
Can you describe for the courts the scene which unfolded at the courthouse in relation to Fritz Crackleberry's terror attack?
I saw a bunch of cops. I saw a bunch of people. There was chaos running around. I was on the outskirts of the scene. Then I heard explosions and loud noises and more running around. And the next thing I know, I hear gunfire. Even more running around. It was a very chaotic scene.
Were you a victim of this attack,
No.
Miss Bennett? Why were you in the area during this terror attack?
I live in Polito, and I was getting ready to go to bed when I saw a huge amount of crap going on at the courthouse. So I went to go see what was up.
And why were you on scene of this attack?
I had seen a few of my friends and my neighbors in the thick of it, and I was just concerned.
Did you attempt to assist anybody?
After the gunfire happened and lots of chaos, I went to go, I mean, there were just explosions, there were just gunfire. I went to go try to get my friends out of there for no other reason, but I didn't want them to die.
At what point did gunshots begin going off?
I would say it was a few minutes after the explosions.
And where were you when these gunshots started going off?
I was just outside of the fire station.
Were you on foot?
I was, and then when gunfire started happening, I couldn't carry everybody out, so I just was gonna drive in there and try to just get everybody in safety.
Did you manage to drive anywhere?
I did. I drove towards the firehouse, and I saw one of my friends, and I wanted to get them away from there because it was chaotic, danger. So I drove around the firehouse, and I was just going to go out to the main road and try to get her away to safety.
Show me what you got.
And
At the time of these gunshots going off, did you know that Fritz, the terrorist, had just been shot?
I don't know who that is.
So I'm assuming no.
No.
What were you thinking when Piper got into your car?
There was explosions, there were flames, there were shooting. I wanted to get my friend away from there. For no other reason but to keep her safe. Because I didn't know what was going on. I just know what I saw, which is chaos.
And when your car came under heavy gunfire, what was your reaction?
What the fuck? I'm trying to get somebody to safety? Why are you shooting me? But I didn't even have a chance to say anything, so.
Were you aware of Piper's previous actions before she got into your car?
No.
Did you ever plan or collaborate with Piper that she would get in your car?
No.
Did this happen spur of the moment?
Yeah, because, like I said, I didn't want my friends to die.
Did you have a chance to get out of your car or give up before being shot at?
No.
Were you given a warning, verbal or otherwise, not to drive away or similar before being shot at?
No.
And upon being shot at, did you fear for your life?
Yes.
Okay, moment to confer, Your Honors.
Hey.
What are you doing? Take your mask
Oh
off.
my god, it's big, yeah. Oh, I'm
Take your
sorry.
mask off.
I'll head out of here.
Take your mask off.
No further questions for Charlie, Your Honors.
Prosecution, do you have a cross?
The prosecution does not. Oh,
And you can-
Sorry, wait.
Quick quick clarification. Did you see police on scene?
Did I see what? I'm sorry.
Did you see police on scene?
I saw a lot of people on scene, but yes. I did.
Doing the Lord's work.
That was it. Thank you.
Hmm?
Franklin, any? Redirect?
Let me cook for a second, Your Honor. So this is what I'm playing with.
Okay, chat. I'm officially too tired to stay up any longer. So
Franklin, there
I'm
was one
gonna-
question. Do you have a do you...
Your Honor,
go.
I'm attempting to confer with my counsel to decide whether or
I'm
not
gonna
it's
go.
worth asking a question on this one. So what I'm trying to get at is like, do we really want to keep
How the fuck did I spell this correctly? I did. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, dog. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever it is that you are.
No
Thank
further
you
questions, Your
so
Honor.
much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you guys. Well, maybe tomorrow, unless I die. All right, miss you, love you, bye bye.